Today's top stories at NBR. Tourism operators cock a hoop. New FMA boss has warning. The National Party's new finance spokesperson. And there's more coming right up. Kia ora and welcome to NBR Today, 100% subscriber funded and proudly brought to you by you, as is every story at nbr.co.nz. It's Wednesday, March 16th. I'm Paul Brennan. Thanks again for joining us. A multi-billion-dollar US food delivery service is set to disrupt New Zealand hospitality with a launch understood to be planned for next month. DoorDash, which listed on the New York Stock Exchange in late 2020, is set to establish a New Zealand offering going head-to-head with other established food delivery services such as Uber Eats. The company would not confirm details of the launch or its planned business model, but NBR understands it hopes to pitch itself as being significantly cheaper for local hospitality operators than rivals, some of which are said to charge up to 30% of each order. DoorDash is advertising for multiple New Zealand workers on LinkedIn. Tourism operators, the ones that have survived COVID-19 so far at least, say they are cock-a-hoop over the border reopening to Australians and visa holders from other countries sooner than expected. But the rebound is not going to be quick, and not everyone thinks the government has done enough to prepare the country's tourism sector for a new, more sustainable direction of travel, while others say the low-volume, high-value approach will be financially unsustainable. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said today that from 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, April 12th, Australians will be able to travel to New Zealand isolation-free, followed 2 weeks later by vaccinated travellers from visa waiver countries including UK, US, Japan, Germany, Korea and Singapore, as well as those with valid visitor visas. Tourism operators spoken to by NBR felt it was likely that New Zealand had still not opened up in time for the planning of the coming holiday, but they had high hopes about the winter ski season, which has traditionally been a huge opportunity for hotspots such as Queenstown. The new boss of the Financial Markets Authority has warned it's taking a close look at the wholesale investing sector this year, saying the harm caused by people investing in markets and products they do not understand has made her want to put my head in my hands and weep. Samantha Barras has also called out new conduct guides, value for money in KiwiSaver and cryptocurrency regulation, an area the market regulator has previously shied away from, in a speech hosted by the Financial Services Council this morning, Wednesday morning. Barras took over as FMA Chief Executive about 6 weeks ago after her appointment was announced last September. Wellington-based investment manager Morrison and Co is in exclusive talks to buy ASX-listed telco networks company Unity Group on behalf of unspecified funds. Details of the proposal were announced to the ASX late Tuesday after news was leaked to Australian media, forcing Unity shares into trading halt. The indicative proposal at Australian $4.50 a share values Unity at Australian $3.096 billion. Unity said the discussions were non-binding, preliminary, highly conditional and uncertain as to an outcome. MCO's period of exclusivity ends on April 22nd. The National Party's new finance spokesperson Nicola Willis has signalled a national-led government would likely change the monetary policy mandate of the Reserve Bank and wants to look carefully at how our monetary policy settings are serving New Zealanders. National Party leader Christopher Luxon announced today, Wednesday, Willis, who is also National's deputy leader, would replace Simon Bridges as finance spokesperson after Bridges announced Tuesday he was quitting politics. In other changes, Chris Bishop takes on housing as well as picking up Bridges' infrastructure portfolio and moves to number 3 in National's rankings. Former deputy leader Dr. Shane Reti moves to number 4 and Paul Goldsmith jumps from number 12 to number 5. Punakaiki Fund is shifting management of its share register to online market Catalyst, where the shares will also be open for trading among wholesale investors on its bespoke market. Catalyst launched last year with a mission to ease investment in SMEs, particularly through its retail investor-focused markets platform, but with an investment portfolio valued at $83 million, Punakaiki is a little too large for that. The Catalyst public market is only permitted to list businesses which have a value of $60 million or less at the time of their listing. However, Lance Wiggs, director and manager of the venture capital-focused fund, said it was worth going ahead with the change as it would allow the fund's investors to self-manage their shareholding, as well as remove administrative burden from the manager, including AML checks. The full details of those stories and more are at nbr.co.nz right now. Tomorrow at NBR, political editor Brent Edwards in his weekly column says while it's hard to defend the track record of some, politicians are necessary for democracy. And we'll also have coverage of dairy exporter Fonterra's first half results. I'm Paul Brennan. Join me again from around lunchtime tomorrow for the morning's NBR trending stories. Then from 5:30 again right here for another NBR Today.